What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another Screw Toy action figure review. Today, we'll be looking at something a little bit more different, something that I've never reviewed on this channel, a wrestling action figure. And here we have the WWE Ultimate Edition Batista, and I'm very excited to review this figure for you guys. Batista is one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. I would say he's probably my third, the first one being my boy, the legend, the myth, Eddie Guerrero, the GOAT of all wrestlers. And then it would be Ray and then Batista. So when I saw that we're getting a super highly articulated action figure of Batista, of course, I had to get this guy. But yeah, we'll get a quick look here at the packaging, and we'll get a quick look at the figure itself. Now, getting a quick look at the packaging, I really enjoyed this packaging for the Ultimate Edition series. It's very different and unique, but something very familiar. You get a big window here in the center. Get Ultimate Edition and a chrome foil right there. You get ultimate articulation for authentic posability. Mattel. And what I really like about this figure is that the corners are cut here and they are asymmetrical. So you get corners here, no corners here. So that is very nice. On the side, you get the name of the character, or not the character, the wrestler, Batista, Ultimate Edition. On the bottom over here, you get the WWE logo with legends underneath. On the back, some very nice promo images and an actual picture of Batista from when he wore this, uniform. You get the height, where he's from, his finisher, and the career highlights, which he won the World Heavyweight Champion. And then you get a read-up on Batista right there, so you want to pause that and read that now. You can do so. On this side, you get a very nice picture of Batista, his name, same logo from the bottom of the other one. On top, you don't get much, but you do get the name of Batista, Ultimate Edition. On the bottom, you get a whole bunch of bullshit, and you do get the barcode, so you want to pause that and get that now. You can do so. And I did get this figure from Target, and yeah, man, again, very excited to review him. Now, Batista does come with quite a few accessories, so starting off with the hands, he does come with a pair of gripping hands, a set of fists, a set of Will Smith slapping hands, and of course, you cannot have a definitive action figure of Batista without his thumbs down hands. And he also does come with two clipboards. One of them has a Raw sticker on the back, and the other one does have a SmackDown sticker. And these clipboards are for when he was choosing what he was going to do for WrestleMania 21, I believe. So he had to sign either the Raw contract to go against Triple H for the World Heavyweight Championship, or to go against, I believe, John Cena and JBL for the WWE Championship. And obviously we know he went against, Triple H for the World Heavyweight Championship and won. And that's why he also does come with the World Heavyweight Championship. And this is a very nice belt. It has a very nice gold metallic color to it with some red painted on it. And the way you put this on his waist, it's just a little peg that sticks out here and then ports onto these little peg holes on the side. And he also does come with a t-shirt that says the animal. And this material is very nice. It kind of feels like Nike Dry Fit. And then you also do get the animal logo here in the center that was ironed on there. The way you put the shirt on is a Velcro strap here on the back that comes undone, and you just slide his arms in. Now, Batista does come with three different head portraits. This first one being a very neutral and relaxed head sculpt. The second one being a more smiley, happy Batista, as we know he was a cocky guy. And the last head sculpt that does come with Batista is this open mouth yelling head sculpt. And you obviously need this head sculpt for Batista when he's doing his intro or when he's doing his grabbing the rope in the ring and shaking it like a freaking maniac. This head sculpt is just immaculate. All of them are really, really great head sculpts. The face printing technology on all of them are scary accurate, and it's like I'm looking at a miniature version of Batista. And here we have Batista. And I really like this figure, man. Just straight off the bat, this figure is pretty dope. There's a couple things that I'm not a big fan of, and we'll get into those right now. But it's typical of Mattel, typical Mattel things that they usually do. But getting a close-up look at Batista, again, what I said earlier, these head sculpts really, really make this figure pretty, like, these head sculpts are just perfect, man. That I look at this and that's Dave Batista, like 100%. Like, I think these are some of the best likenesses that Mattel has ever done. And yeah, that again, just great. And the rest of his body, man, not much to it. It's a pretty basic figure. You get his tattoos there on his arm. The very nice dragon on his back. That is tampered on there very, very well, man. I really like how that paint came out. It's like very crisp, very clean, and it does run into his butterfly joint, so that it's nice that it doesn't just cut off here. So I really like that they did that. His other bicep and his arm does have the other tattoo. I really like the shorts and the color scheme they gave Batista. I wish he would have been in the uniform that he was wearing in WrestleMania 21 when he actually won the World Heavyweight Championship. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was red and black, but not white and red. So if I can find an image of him at WrestleMania 21, I'll put it somewhere over here. And then moving down to his boots, they are fairly nice. They are sculpted. All this is sculpted, so get some very nice silver punch into those rivets right there. They do look nice. And yeah, man, pretty basic figure. Again, not much to him. He's pretty solid. A couple things that I don't like is that the upper bicep swivel is so high up. I wish it was a little bit lower. It just kind of looks funky right there. His ankles don't have any ankle pivot. The way they did the ankles is very odd. It's just a straight peg that goes straight into the bottom of his foot. I don't know how well you can see it there. Usually there's a pin that goes into the the front of the foot to give it some ankle pivot, but yeah, he gets like no ankle movement right there. So that is a little bit unfortunate. And then for some reason, his arms pop off fairly easy. As you can see, they just pop out of that butterfly joint easy, which is a little bit odd, but Mattel is not known for the greatest articulation. So I'm pretty sure this is a work in progress. But yeah, man, I mean, it's not too bad. Other than those very small minor gripes, this figure's pretty solid. I wish they could find a way to make these elbow pads and knee pads a little bit more softer, a little bit more. Maybe they just made it cloth and made it look like, rubber padded knee pads and elbow pads would be a lot better, because it really does hinder the articulation quite a bit. As you can see there, kind of stops it from getting, full range of movement. And these arms are actually pinless. So I did look under, or I did remove these elbow pads, and they are pinless. But his knees and legs aren't. He does have pins there. So I'm thinking these legs right here are reused, which is a little bit unfortunate, but they are covered by the knee pads, so not a big deal. But yeah, man, very solid figure. Again, not much to complain about. Yeah, I really do enjoy it. But let's get a quick look at articulation, and we'll get some size comparisons. Now getting a quick look at articulation. His head is on a dumbbell joint. So with that set up, he can look up. Not much up, which is a little bit unfortunate. He can look down just the tiniest bit. He does get some head pivot, so you can get some expressions out of that. He does have butterfly joints that shift a very great amount back. Look at that. Sheesh, you can cross his arms in the back. And he does have great movement forward, as you can see there. So that is quite nice. He does have a upper bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, but that upper joint right there doesn't get much movement, so it is a little bit unfortunate. And then he does have a upper diaphragm cut that hinges this much back, which is a decent amount. And it does crunch not much forward, as it is stopped right here by the abs. So that is a little bit unfortunate. He can't crunch a little bit more forward. He does have a waist swivel. I would have preferred a lower ab crunch, but that waist swivel is quite nice. He does have a very, very high upper thigh cut, and it does rotate. And I'm not a big fan that they made it so high, because then it starts looking a little weird, like right there when you shift it. So I'm not the biggest fan of that. He does have double jointed knees that bend in a decent amount, but that, again, that knee pad's going to get in the way. He does have boot rotation, and then feet that hinge a great amount forward, a great amount back, but he does not have ankle pivot, man, which a figure in 2022 should have ankle pivot. But he does have toe articulation. It hinges this much forward and that much down. But yeah, I would have preferred the ankle pivot rather than the toe articulation. Solid articulation overall, though. I really do enjoy it quite a bit. But let's get some size comparisons. Now getting a quick look at some size comparisons. Like I said at the beginning of the video, other than this figure, I only have one other wrestling figure. so I won't be able to do too many wrestler comparisons. But here we have Dave Batista next to the Elite Series Eddie Guerrero, and I really enjoy the size differences between these two. This is like a perfect height difference between both of them, as Eddie was a smaller guy. And just having these two together, man, childhood perfection right here. Just for fun, here we have him next to the Marvel Legends Red Skull, the G.I. Joe Classified Series Snake Eyes from the Snake Eyes and Timber 2-pack. And here he is next to the Mayfix Captain America. And how I wish I had a Drax to compare Batista next to, but I do have Drax's worst enemy in the MCU, Thanos! And last but not least, here we have him next to two of my favorite Marvel Legends in my collection, the 80th anniversary Iron Man and the unparalleled Captain America. And there you have it, a very solid offering from Mattel. I was pretty blown away by this figure, man. A few things that I do not like about this figure is the ankle pivot not being there, and some of the joints being kind of weird, kind of wonky, kind of loose. But overall, very solid figure. The likeness is 100% there. The deco on this figure is amazing. The articulation is very good. I wouldn't say it's great or the best, but it's very good. And just an overall great figure. The accessories, I forgot to mention the accessories. He comes with a lot of accessories, as he should because he is a $30 figure. So you're paying a little bit more premium of a price for this figure, but it's well worth it, man. I promise you it's well worth it. And just having him again next to Eddie Guerrero on my shelf, two of my favorite wrestlers of all time. I just need a good Rey Mysterio, man. If they do a ultimate figure of Rey Mysterio, definitely picking them up, man, just to have those three together. And yeah, again, I don't collect any wrestling figures, but this guy was a must. So very happy to have him in my collection, man, and I recommend y'all pick him up if you're a fan of Batista in this era of wrestling. He's a very solid figure. But enough of me rambling on. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. The links to all those are in the description down below. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.